What's going on, you all? It's your boy Dom Kemp here, and last night we had two incredible NBA games. The first one we're going to start off with is the Brooklyn Nets versus the Philadelphia 76ers. As you will know if you're keeping track of the playoffs or keeping track of my podcast, the Nets took game one from the 76ers on their home floor. Well, this time, the 76ers had something for them, and they ended up getting a big victory against the Brooklyn Nets going into Brooklyn in Game 3. So, let's get started. First off, we start off with Ben Simmons attacking the bucket in transition. He was attacking. He was passing, and he was slamming it down. He was laying it up. That is the Ben Simmons, the slasher. He plays much better when he is trying that and not trying to shoot. That's the main thing. Spencer Dinwiddie and D'Angelo Russell are smooth. Man, I was watching both of them play, and they just play with a sense of calmness about them, especially D'Angelo Russell. That's why he made the All-Star team this year. He just plays so smooth in the Brooklyn Nets system, and those players surrounding him. That's why the Brooklyn Nets made the playoffs, and that's why the Lakers didn't. Ben Simmons, he was aggressive in this game. He was aggressive the whole game. He kept on attacking the bucket. He kept on getting his assists as well as his layups. That is the key in his game, is driving in and laying it up, or passing it out and getting an open shot for J.J. Redick, Joel Embiid, etc. Should be interesting, as well as, of course, Jimmy Butler, Tobias Harris. A lot of players on that squad. They should definitely be doing a little bit better in the playoffs, although it is only 1-1. Let's see what they can do in Brooklyn. Boban Marjanovic, he came in the trade from the LA Clippers with his friend Tobias Harris. He was shooting the mid-range very well in this game. They continued to leave him open all game long, and he just kept on making them. J.J. Redick was shooting well as well. He was getting those three-point buckets to go easily. No problem, no issue. Just made it happen, and the 76ers started to pull away. At the end of the third quarter, Scott, I have no idea what his first name is, but Scott for the Philadelphia 76ers got a buzzer beater to end the third quarter. That was a momentum swing as well. Then, of course, we've got Brooklyn continue to leave Boban open. Even though he was standing at the free throw line, they kept on leaving him open for that shot, and he kept on knocking them down. Spencer Dinwiddie for the Nets had 19 points overall. He was the leading scorer. Then Joel Embiid had 23 points. Ben Simmons had 12 assists and a 145-123 victory for the Philadelphia 76ers at home in game number 2. We'll see how games 3 and 4 play out because they are going to be in Brooklyn, but the 76ers even the series up at 1 apiece in this series. Then we move on to the big game, the Golden State Warriors versus the LA Clippers. If you missed it, this was a crazy game. First off, in the first quarter, Demarcus Cousins had a steal in transition. Everybody in the crowd was hyped, and he gets injured. He fell down while dribbling the ball, and he was holding his left hip. That is going to be interesting going forward because Andrew Bogut will be getting much more minutes if it is a long-term injury for Demarcus Cousins. But we still need to remember that the Golden State Warriors won last year without him. So it's one of those things that it's not a huge problem for the Golden State Warriors, with the exception of them blowing a 31-point lead. So it can be problematic for the Golden State Warriors, especially going to LA for games 3 and 4. So let's jump back into it. The Warriors were passing to everybody early in the game. They were putting the ball in everybody's hands. Klay Thompson got a touch. Draymond got a touch. KD got a touch. Stephen Curry. Even a few players off the bench got touches, and it was just a passing clinic out there for the Golden State Warriors, moving the ball, making the LA Clippers have constant rotations again and again, switches as well. It was just a passing clinic for the Golden State Warriors. Then Danilo Gallinari for the LA Clippers, he was getting a few buckets early, and then he kind of fizzled out at the end of the game. But Curry had a 3 before halftime, you would have thought that would have let the Clippers down. That would have had their head sinking low, like, geez, how did we allow Stephen Curry to hit this buzzer beater over our heads? But then again, it's almost impossible to guard Stephen Curry because he can dribble, he can penetrate, he can kick it out, he can lay it up, he can shoot. He just has the whole round package as a point guard in his 30s as well. He's just excelling at every single thing and continuing to perfect his craft with these crazy shots. So the Golden State Warriors making the majority of their buckets to start the third quarter. At one point, they were 9 for 9 in the third quarter, 6 minutes into the third quarter, and they finally missed a shot. It was just a blowout, right? It was just going to be a blowout. No problems, no issues at all. The LA Clippers were down 31 points at one point, and this is where things changed. Beverly strips Curry in the fourth for a transition bucket, passing to one of his teammates after receiving the ball. Lou Williams is unstoppable late game. That is something I knew watching this. He kept on making his buckets. He had 36 points off the bench. Lou Williams. If Lou Williams is putting 36 on your head off the bench, that's a whole problem because he is the majority of the bench. He is the bench scoring. And it was just amazing watching him just kill the Golden State Warriors in late game situations. It was just a marvel to watch. The Warriors blow a 31-point lead at the Oracle at home. That is the largest comeback in NBA history in the playoffs. That is insane how the Golden State Warriors of all teams blow that lead. Now, is this a change in the series? I don't believe so, mainly because the Golden State Warriors are going to come back and they may just win the 3 straight, and that will be it for the LA Clippers. But it is a fighting chance for the LA Clippers, especially if they can put on a great performance in game number 3 and game number 4. That would put the Warriors in a situation where they will feel pressured, they will feel rushed because the time is ticking down. 48 minutes in a game. The time is running out, and they may feel pressed. Now, I'm not saying the LA Clippers are going to win the series. I'm just saying there's a fighting chance for the LA Clippers because of this momentum swing in the series, taking a game from the Warriors. If they can win twice at home, which it's possible, but it isn't probable against the Golden State Warriors, it would be an interesting series having the Warriors down 3-1 going into game number 5. But that is it right there. Stephen Curry, he had 29 points, and the win was 135-131 for the LA Clippers, just playing the tenacious defense with Patrick Beverly, Lou Williams scoring, Harrell in the paint, blocking off Andrew Bogut. Just an all-around great game from the LA Clippers. Now, we shall see how games 3 and 4 play out in the future, but that is a heck of a comeback for the LA Clippers. Much props due. Maybe the only team who could do that. Maybe the only team, because they know they're underdogs and they know that they really didn't have a chance against the Golden State Warriors, especially at the Oracle. It's just amazing how they came back in this game. And it's just literally, it is going to be the topic of the day in all major sports networks. It's going to be the topic of the day how the Warriors blew a 31-point lead. But it should be interesting to see how they do in games 3 and 4, which I have a feeling that the Warriors are going to be going out for the revenge in games 3 and 4 and may just have a 3-1 series lead going back to the Oracle for game 5. But that's it, you all. Thank you so much for listening to this podcast. I hope you all did enjoy me talking about the Nets and the 76ers and the Warriors and the Clippers, both series tied at 1 apiece. Who is going to prevail? Thank you so much. Like and subscribe, and I'll talk to you all later.